How did a miscommunication during a field exercise save the day? We were running a massive joint training operation in the Nevada desert. 3 battalions, simulated enemy forces, the whole 9 yards. I was a radio operator attached to Bravo Company responsible for coordinating movements between units. The exercise scenario was simple. Alpha Company would engage the enemy from the north while we flanked from the east. Charlie Company held reserve positions. Standard textbook maneuver we'd practiced dozens of times. Around 2 a.m. on day 3, I received what I thought was an order to redirect our company to grid coordinates that made no sense. Way off our planned route, deep into what should have been neutral territory. Bravo 6, this is actual. Redirect to grid 374289. Execute immediately. The coordinates put us 15 miles from where we were supposed to be. I questioned it twice, but the voice on the radio was insistent. Static was heavy, signal breaking up, but the order seemed clear. Lieutenant Parker looked at the map and frowned. That's nowhere near our objective. You sure you copied that right? I double-checked my notes. That's what they said, sir. Maybe it's some kind of surprise change to test our adaptability. So we loaded up and moved out. 120 soldiers driving through the desert in the middle of the night following coordinates that made no tactical sense whatsoever. 3 hours later, we reached the mystery location. Middle of nowhere. No enemy, no objectives, just empty desert and a few Joshua trees. The lieutenant was getting angry. This is ridiculous. Get battalion on the horn and find out what the hell we're supposed to be doing out here. That's when we heard the explosions. Big ones, coming from the direction we were supposed to be. Huge flashes lighting up the horizon like fireworks. Finally got through to command. Different voice this time. Bravo 6, what's your current position? I gave them our coordinates. Long pause. Bravo 6, you're supposed to be 15 miles northeast of your current location. Negative, sir. We received orders to move to these coordinates at 0200. Another pause. Bravo 6, we sent no such orders. That's when it all clicked. The voice I'd heard wasn't from our command. Wrong call sign, wrong frequency protocol, wrong everything. Someone had given us fake orders, and we'd followed them blindly. Turns out, the explosions we saw were the exercise being terminated early. Real emergency. Massive wildfire had jumped the highway and was racing toward the main training area. All units were being evacuated immediately. If we'd been where we were supposed to be, we would have been trapped. The fire moved so fast that Alpha and Charlie companies barely escaped. Some vehicles got singed, equipment destroyed, but no casualties. Meanwhile, we were sitting pretty in empty desert, 15 miles from danger because I'd followed orders that didn't exist. The investigation later revealed that atmospheric conditions had bounced radio signals in weird ways. I'd picked up transmissions from a different exercise happening 2 states away. Their grid coordinates, their call signs, their tactical situation. Pure coincidence that their fake coordinates happened to be in the one direction that kept us safe from a natural disaster nobody saw coming. Command was baffled. So you're telling me that Private Davis saved an entire company by following the wrong orders from the wrong exercise? Yes, sir. Complete accident. They wanted to write me up for failure to follow proper communication protocols. Then they realized I'd accidentally prevented what could have been a major catastrophe. 120 soldiers potentially trapped in a wildfire because of poor evacuation timing. Instead of punishment, I got commended for creative problem solving under ambiguous conditions. Military loves turning accidents into genius when they work out. The lieutenant still gives me grief about it. Davis, you're the only soldier I know who saved lives by being completely wrong about everything. But here's the thing that still bothers me. What if those mystery coordinates had led us into danger instead of away from it? What if I'd gotten everyone killed by following orders that weren't real? Sometimes in the military, the difference between heroism and catastrophe is just dumb luck. And sometimes miscommunication is the best communication of all. I never found out who was actually giving those orders or what exercise they were really running. But whoever they were, they accidentally saved a lot of lives that night. The wildfire burned for 6 days, destroyed thousands of acres. If we'd been caught in that, following the correct orders, this would be a very different story. Now I always double check coordinates. And I never assume that just because an order sounds official, it actually came from where you think it did.